Hello there, lovely good evening and welcome to Camnet TV main news today, the 14th of July in the year 2026. Let's now take a look at the news headlines. UNZA hostels ready as ZNS completes major rehabilitation project. Citizens First demands immediate FRA maize floor price announcement. Government awards 4.3 billion kwacha contract for 312 megawatt solar power project. In international news, new head of Arab League calls on Iran to cease attacks on Arab states. In sports, Copper Princesses draw Japan, France and Venezuela in FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup. Join us for these and many more stories after the break.
In every celebration, there's a simple choice being made. To belong, count me in. In moments of love and promises for tomorrow, count me in. At the checkout line, in the middle of an ordinary day, a reminder that every number matters. Count me in. Across our communities, our streets, the same message finds us. Count me in. From the everyday worker to the hands shaping our future every day, the call is the same. Count me in. Around the traditions that bring us together, the message becomes impossible to ignore. Count me in.
This election season, your vote counts. Get your NRC and voters card ready.
Count me in. It's morning again in Zambia. Today, millions of our children will go to school more than ever before in the history of our country because free education is opening doors that were once closed. Today, with over 40 million kwacha to spend, communities will build clinics, improve schools, drill boreholes, and transform lives using the increased CDF. Men and women will walk through markets and stations freely, without fear or intimidation from cadres. But the journey is not over, and we still have more work to do.
We've started the change. Now let's finish the job. On the 13th of August 2026, vote for Hakainde Hichilema as President of the Republic of Zambia. And let us continue to move Zambia forward together.
Camnet TV main news now showing on the following platforms: Top Star Channel 106, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, as well as on the Kenstream app. With the main news in detail, I'm Tapelo Joe Smata. The Zambia National Service, ZNS, has completed the rehabilitation of student hostels and the primary sewer system at the University of Zambia, UNZA, paving the way for students to return once university management announces a reopening date. Speaking during a tour of the institution, ZNS Commander Lieutenant General Engineer Maliti Solochi II said the rehabilitation works had restored essential infrastructure and services across the university's hostels. Lieutenant General Solochi thanked President Hakainde Hichilema for assigning ZNS to undertake the project and said the hostels are now ready for occupation. He, however, clarified that the decision on when students should return to campus rests on the University of Zambia management. The ZNS commander said the project included replacing taps, showers, toilets, electrical sockets, lights and doors, as well as rehabilitating the water reticulation network to improve water supply and sanitation. He urged students to safeguard the renovated facilities, stressing that proper use and maintenance would ensure the infrastructure benefits future generations.
For the insightful and also allowing us to do this work and facilitating the resources to ensure that this work is properly done. And we have accounted for every resource. So I've been here for 63 days and the work is done. The university is ready for occupation. We are just waiting now for the university management. If they say tomorrow, fine. I think we have done the handover, takeover in most of the places.
UNZA is back to life. Mr. President, thank you so much. Your children, your friends are very much happy. And I know when we open, they would want you to visit them.
Citizens First CF party has criticized the delay in announcing the Food Reserve Agency FRA maize floor price, warning that the uncertainty is frustrating farmers and exposing them to exploitation by private buyers. CF presidential media team member Bangwe Navile Chisenga said the prolonged delay in announcing the floor price has left farmers without clear guidance on how to market their maize. Mr. Bangwe, who is also the Citizens First parliamentary candidate for Kundalila constituency in Serenje district, said the continued silence is eroding farmers' confidence in the Food Reserve Agency. He said many farmers are struggling to plan their grain sales, while private buyers are taking advantage of the uncertainty by offering low prices. Mr. Bangwe called on the government to intervene urgently and announce the maize floor price to safeguard farmers' incomes and livelihoods. He described the delay as unacceptable and reaffirmed the party's support for farmers, demanding clarity from the authorities. Mr. Bangwe said prompt action is needed to ensure farmers receive fair prices for their produce and are protected from financial losses.
Fellow citizens, the delay in announcing the maize floor price is unacceptable. Our farmers are frustrated, uncertain, and vulnerable to exploitation by private buyers. The Food Reserve Agency's silence is eroding trust and weakening livelihoods. Citizens First and its president, President Harry Kalaba, we stand firm with our farmers. We demand swift action from government to protect the farmers by ensuring clarity. Farmers feed the nation. They deserve fairness, respect, and timely decisions.
Mongu District Sports Development Officer Honest Kabutu has urged football associations to promote greater participation of girls and persons with disabilities, saying inclusive sports can help address social challenges affecting communities. Speaking through Mongu Municipal Council Community Sports Office, Mr. Kabutu appealed to football stakeholders to ensure women, girls, and persons with disabilities are actively involved in sporting activities. He said increased participation in sports can help reduce discrimination while tackling social problems such as early marriages and teenage pregnancies. Mr. Kabutu stressed that no one should be excluded from sports, adding that every child, regardless of gender or disability, deserves an equal opportunity to participate and develop their talents. Meanwhile, Nangweshi Queens Football Club head coach Karen Mwape said football provides young people with a positive alternative to harmful behaviors. Ms. Mwape noted that sports keeps young people engaged and can discourage them from alcohol abuse, smoking, and other risky behaviors, while also helping to prevent early marriages.
Promoting sports and discovering raw athletic talent requires a localized, structured approach and resources. And Mongu District Football Association of Zambia held its annual general meeting to discuss various issues in order to improve sports in the district. Mongu District Sports Development Officer under Mongu Municipal Council Community Sports, Honest Kabutu, emphasized on the importance of promoting girls and disabled people into sports in the province.
When we look at our communities today, sports is escaping a lot of challenges that are not limited to discrimination in our communities, and also issues of early marriages and other challenges out there. So if we are going to concentrate much on the boy child, it means we are going to leave out the girl child. Hence our emphasis to the association is that they should also consider bringing on board female teams so that they can also lessen on the part of challenges that our young ladies and our young girls are facing in the community. Okay. So apart from the female child in our communities, we also have the differently abled that should not be left out in these activities. Let these sporting activities be enjoyed by everyone. Let everyone be able to participate in them.
And the Mungu District Football Association of Zambia chairperson Sebastian Dondoro says there is need to improve sports in the district.
We talked about youth league, to promote youth league. We've talked about improving our works in the districts. All these are here to improve our sports, to improve competition in the districts, to improve everything which concerns football in our districts. So today at the AGM, one of the things again we also talked about women's league, to improve on the women's league. It's important so that we can bring on board women's, which are feels like we have neglected them.
Mino, Nangoish Queens Football Club head coach and Mawawa Boys and Girls Football Club coach are appealing to all stakeholders for sponsorship for girls and boys football.
Means to be active in sports, because by doing that, young ones will be prevented from drinking beer, smoking, also early marriages. So I'm encouraging more women to come on board, also sponsors to come on board to be sponsoring a girl child, more especially in sports.
In the previous day, in the just ended league, we only had 2 teams in the district that participated for the girls. So I'm really appealing to my fellow coaches out there, those that have got girls that you've identified in your areas. Please, let's improve, let's encourage them.
Smoking, also early marriages. So I'm encouraging more women to come on board, also sponsors to come on board to be sponsoring a girl child, more especially in sports.
In the previous day, in the just ended league, we only had 2 teams in the district that participated for the girls. So I'm really appealing to my fellow coaches out there, those that have got girls that you've identified in your areas. Please, let's improve, let's encourage them, let's make more teams so that as the season starts, we have quite a good number of girls that will participate.
Kelvin Kabiransi, Camnet News in Mungu District, Western Province.
Government has signed engineering, procurement and construction EPC contracts with 4.3 billion kwacha to build 2 mega solar photovoltaic power plants in all 156 constituencies, marking a major step towards reducing Zambia's electricity deficit. Speaking during the contract signing ceremony, Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development Permanent Secretary for Technical Services, Nicholas Piri, said the Presidential Constituency Energy Initiative, approved by Cabinet on 24th November 2025, aims to expand the country's electricity generation capacity and improve energy security. Mr. Piri said the project will produce a combined 312 megawatts of electricity, which will be fed into the ZESCO national grid to help ease the country's power shortages. He disclosed that the project was competitively tendered in 10 EPC lots, with 5 contractors selected to complete the works within 12 months of site mobilization. The contractors include Sunshare Construction Limited in joint venture with China Railway Construction Engineering Group Co. Limited, China Civil Engineering Construction Company Limited, Golden Baobab Investments in joint venture with Huawei Technologies Zambia Limited, Chetam Metals Fabrication in joint venture with Zamchin Construction Company Limited, and China Jiangxi International Corporation in joint venture with Qingdao High Photovoltaic New Energy Company Limited. Mr. Piri said the project will be implemented through a special purpose vehicle with support from Ministries of Finance and National Planning, Local Government and Rural Development, Energy and ZESCO, which will serve as project manager. He added that the initiative will be partly financed through the Constituency Development Fund, CDF, and supports the government's broader development agenda of increasing electricity generation and boosting agricultural production through irrigation. Mr. Piri said communities across the country will benefit from improved access to electricity, increased business opportunities, job creation, and enhanced delivery of public services. He added that the dividends generated by the project will strengthen the revenue base of local authorities, enabling councils to improve service delivery. The Permanent Secretary urged contractors to mobilize quickly and begin construction without delay to meet the 12-month completion target. He also called on ZESCO to provide effective supervision to ensure the projects meet the required quality and safety standards. Speaking on behalf of the contractors, China Civil Engineering Corporation Southern Africa Managing Director Jacques Liao thanked the government for awarding them the contracts and pledged to complete the projects on schedule. The People's Party has endorsed Brian Mundubile and Makebi Zulu presidential ticket, saying the alliance will establish a government of national unity, GNU, if elected in the August 13, 2026 general election. In a statement issued to Camnet News by M4C, President and People's Progressive Movement PPM Vice President Musenda Kaluwa Simuyemba, the alliance said the government led by Brian Mundubile and Makebi Zulu would pursue an inclusive leadership model by bringing together representatives from various sectors of society. The People's Party said its proposed government of national unity would include the church, traditional leaders, farmers, academics, trade unions, marketeers, informal sector workers, the business community, the media organizations, and civil society groups in national governance. The alliance argued that previous governments had failed to address Zambia's development challenges because of what it described as greed and exclusion. It said the proposed administration would focus on inclusiveness and broader public participation in decision making. The People's Party also called on Zambians to support the Tonse Pamozi Grand Alliance ahead of the August 13 polls, describing the election as an opportunity to usher in what it called a new era of national leadership. Zambians are expected to vote in the general election on August 13, 2026, with several political parties and alliances competing for the presidency, parliamentary seats, and local government positions.
We, the People's Pact, today endorses the BM8 and MZ boys. Our GNU, the Government of National Unity, will be led by Brian Mundubile and Makebi Zulu as running mate and as vice president, and other visionary leaders from various sectors of our society, included but not limited to the church and faith-based organizations, chiefs and traditional leaders, farmers and academia, trade unions and marketeers, informal economic workers and business community, the media and civil society organizations. The time for change is now, colleagues. Successive governments have failed Zambia due to greed and exclusion. The UPND is a classic of classics. Your incoming president, BM8, is on record consistently promising a new era of inclusiveness and participation of all Zambians. I want to stress, of all Zambians. It is for this reason that we urge each one of us, the Zambians, to join the Tonse Pamosi Grand Alliance now. Every Zambian is invited to join this historic journey. Don't be misled by false promises of HH and the UPND again. Be part and a partaker of this change. One Zambia, one nation, and one people.
Eastern Province Permanent Secretary Paul Tole has called for stronger corruption prevention measures across government institutions, warning that corruption continues to undermine Zambia's development. Speaking during the opening of the Integrity Committee Refresher Training Workshop for the Eastern Province Provincial Administration at Mpangwe Motel in Katete, Mr. Tole said the fight against corruption requires a coordinated and comprehensive approach involving all stakeholders. He urged ministries, departments, and agencies to strengthen mechanisms that promote integrity, accountability, transparency, and good governance in the delivery of public services. Mr. Tole said public institutions must remain committed to preventing corruption if the country is to achieve sustainable national development. Meanwhile, Anti-Corruption Commission ACC Eastern Province Regional Manager Nkandu Chipinda said the Integrity Committee program plays a vital role in embedding corruption prevention measures within public institutions. Ms. Chipinda said the program promotes best practices such as implementing gift policies, conflict of interest policies, and service charters to strengthen institutional integrity and accountability. The Refresher Training Workshop, which ends on Friday, has brought together 10 participants from Eastern Province Provincial Administration to enhance their capacity in preventing corruption and promoting ethical conduct in public service. And that particular story from Eastern Province takes us to our first set of commercials. But do join us for more news when we come back. Stay tuned.
Voting is one of the few moments where we all have a voice.
One person, one vote.
No titles, no status.
Just a choice.
It's not about doing nothing.
It's about showing up.
Because your vote matters.
It's easy.
It's important.
It's ours.
Count me in.
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 For decades, Zambia has searched for its promise. Through triumph, sacrifice, and difficult seasons, many promised change. Many spoke of hope, but the burden remained heavy. And then, a servant of the people stepped forward. Not perfect, not a magician, but a man willing to lead his people through the wilderness toward a better Zambia. Like Moses leading his people toward the promised land. The journey was never meant to be easy, because nations are not built overnight. They are built through faith, sacrifice, and perseverance. The work is not finished, but Zambia is moving forward.
On the 13th of August 2026, vote for Hakainde Hichilema as President of the Republic of Zambia.
Before 2022, millions of Zambian children stayed home because school was unaffordable for many families.
Today, things are much better. No more tuition fees, no more PTA fees, and no more examination fees. More than 2.5 million children are back in class across the country. Schools are feeding our children and classrooms are full again. And with the enhanced Constituency Development Fund, more classrooms are being built, more desks are being made, more teachers are being hired. Because Bali cares. He has delivered this for all children across Zambia. Because free education is not just a policy. It is a promise to every Zambian child. A promise that poverty will not decide their future. A promise delivered. On the 13th of August 2026, vote for Hakainde Hichilema as President of the Republic of Zambia. And let's continue to move Zambia forward together.
Before 2022, millions of Zambian children stayed home because school was unaffordable for many families. Today, things are much better. No more tuition fees, no more PTA fees, and no more examination fees. More than 2.5 million children are back in class across the country. Schools are feeding our children and classrooms are full again. And with the enhanced Constituency Development Fund, more classrooms are being built, more desks are being made, more teachers are being hired. Because Bali cares. He has delivered this for all children across Zambia. Because free education is not just a policy. It is a promise to every Zambian child. A promise that poverty will not decide their future. A promise delivered.
On the 13th of August 2026, as President of the Republic of Zambia. And let's continue to move Zambia forward together.
Zambia's beauty industry takes the main stage. For the first time ever, the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise Development presents the Cosmetology Expo. It's happening 15th and 16th of July 2026 at Zikis University in Lusaka. Whether you sell, supply, train or transform, it's your free moment to get seen. Hairdressers, makeup artists, wig makers, nail technicians, spa owners, skin and hair product producers, equipment suppliers, this is your stage. Show off your skills, showcase your products and equipment, and run live demos for hundreds of industry players. Sponsorship opportunities are now open for brands looking to connect directly with Zambia's beauty and cosmetology sector. Connect, collaborate, grow your business. Exhibitor slots are limited and by application only. Register now via the link in the caption. For inquiries, call 0979 152 742 or 0968 323 558. Join the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise Development in making history by being part of the first Cosmetology Expo.
Welcome back and thank you so much for still joining us on the Camnet News Desk. And now in international news. The Arab League's new Secretary General called on Iran to stop its attacks on Arab countries and to respect their sovereignty, while criticizing Israel for not allowing a delegation to enter the occupied West Bank. Mr. Nabil Fahmy made these remarks in his first speech as the new head of the Pan-Arab Organization in Cairo. Mr. Fahmy said that despite Israel not giving him permission to enter the occupied West Bank to meet Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas, he said that they will continue to try to do so. The Egyptian diplomat begins his term as tensions are boiling in the region. A memorandum of understanding between the United States and Iran is at risk as U.S. attacks on Iran and Iranian attacks on Gulf Arab countries have resumed. Meanwhile, the wars in Arab countries like Lebanon, the Gaza Strip, and in Sudan persist, the Arab League often scrambles to help facilitate diplomatic initiatives. Here's a roundup of international stories courtesy of Africa News.
In his first speech as head of the Arab League, Egyptian diplomat Nabil Fahmy called on Iran to stop its attacks on US-aligned Arab states. Fahmy was speaking in Cairo on Monday. Respect for the sovereignty of Arab states remains a decisive principle that we do not accept any violation of. Among the gravest threats today are the blatant Iranian aggressions targeting the security and sovereignty of several Arab countries, foremost among them the UAE, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Kuwait, Oman, Jordan and Iraq. I repeat for the third time, any harm to the security of one Arab state is harm to the security of all Arab states. Fahmy also criticized Israel for barring an Arab League delegation from entering the West Bank to meet with Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas.
South Africa's efforts to prosecute a major police corruption case have suffered a major setback after businessman Vusimuzikat Matlala withdrew from a plea agreement that would have seen him testify against senior police officials. The Pretoria Specialized Commercial Crimes Court declared the agreement null and void after Matlala rejected a tougher 12-year prison sentence proposed by the court. Prosecutors had originally negotiated an effective 8-year sentence in exchange for his guilty plea and cooperation. Matlala faces charges of fraud, corruption and money laundering linked to the alleged irregular award of a 228 million rand South African police service tender to his company Medicare 24. Under the now collapsed agreement, he had admitted guilty and was expected to become a key state witness against other accused, including senior police officials.
The United States has launched a campaign to dismantle the International Criminal Court, calling the Hague-based institution an intolerable threat to U.S. sovereignty. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said in a statement on Monday that Washington plans to systematically disable the ICC's ability to operate and will pressure other nations to withdraw from the court and cut off financial support. The ICC prosecutes individuals accused of the gravest atrocities, including war crimes, crimes against humanity and genocide. Last year, the Trump administration imposed asset freezes and travel bans on several court officials over an arrest warrant issued for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Washington signed but never ratified the Rome Statute that established the court in 2002.
And finally, in sports news this evening, Zambia's Copper Princesses will face Japan, France and Venezuela in Group D of the 2026 FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup after a tournament draw was confirmed. Coach Karo Kanyemba's side will begin their campaign against Japan on October 18 at Prince Moulay El Hassan Stadium, Pitch 2, before taking on France 4 days later at Pitch 4 of the same venue. The Copper Princesses will conclude their group stage matches against Venezuela on Zambia's Independence Day, also at Pitch 4. The tournament will see the top 2 teams from each of the 6 groups advance automatically to the round of 16, while the 4 best third-place teams will complete the knockout stage lineup. Zambia will renew its rivalry with Japan after the 2 sides met at the 2024 FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup in the Dominican Republic and again in 2025 in Morocco. Japan won both encounters, recording 4-1 and 2-0 victories respectively. The Copper Princesses secured qualification for the global tournament after defeating Ethiopia 3-2 on aggregate in the final qualifying round. The qualification marks Zambia's third consecutive appearance at the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup and extends the country's record to 4 appearances at the tournament. The draw presents another stern test for the Copper Princesses as they seek to progress beyond the group stage against 3 experienced football nations. That sporting item brings us to the end of this edition of Main News on Camnet TV. But before we go, a recap of stories making headlines. UNZA hostels ready as ZNS completes major rehabilitation project. Citizens First demands immediate FRA maize floor price announcement. Government awards 4.3 billion kwacha contract for 312 megawatt solar power project. In international news, new head of Arab League calls on Iran to cease attacks on Arab states. In sports, Copper Princesses draw Japan, France and Venezuela in FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup. We now look at the Camnet verse for the day, coming from the book of Hebrews chapter 8 verse 12. It reads, "For I will be merciful to their unrighteousness, and their sins and their iniquities will I remember no more." That ends the Bible reading, and that concludes this edition of Main News on Camnet TV. But dear viewer, like always, be reminded that Camnet TV is not just another channel. Now showing on the following platforms: Top Star Channel 106, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and on the Kenstream app. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Tapelo Joe Smarter. Good evening and God bless.